Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today I am once again here with a new presentation that I have made on single entry accounting system, especially for the classes of first year and inter-commerce students. My presentation today will comprised of definition of single entry and then types and which firms using it, its advantages, its disadvantages, and finally I will be focusing on uh, problem regarding single entry accounting system. Well friends, you have ever heard the name of double entry accounting system as well as single entry accounting system. So first of all I would like to tell you the definition of single entry. Any transaction that has only single impact rather than that of double impact. Say for example, I am purchasing furniture for my business on cash. Here, furniture would be debited and cash would be credited. But as far as single entry accounting system is concerned, in which we only record furniture as expense and we are not related with the cash that is to be credited. That would be the concept. That would be the concept of then double entry. So focusing on single entry, normally you have ever heard and seen the shopkeepers and the firms of with a few employees or enterprises or entrepreneurship uh, that has been using the single entry accounting system. Again, it depends on the requirement of a business. So basically, in the books of account, we only give the single impact of each transaction. That is called single entry accounting. Here, I have shown the impact, the nature of transactions in the books of accounts of single entry. It single entry normally focusing on checks, deposits, and balances. That means we have already balance and from which we are adding revenue and deducting expenses on one column. Likewise, we used to share date, amount, and description of each transaction. Now, here I have shown the example of three column single entry record. Basically, single entry accounting system has two types: three column single entry record and five column single entry record. Here you will see both. But before that, I would like to focus on three column single entry record. It has basically three columns: one, two, and three. The date, transaction, and amount. Now its major part is this column, which I said mentioned in my earlier definition that with the opening balance of our cash in the books of account that is mentioned over here 4,520 rupees, from which we used to subtract expenses. In parentheses or in brackets I have shown the minus figures, and the plus figure is our revenue that is added in our balance. When you will minus these bracket amounts from 4,520 rupees and you will add the plus figures 1040.25, 592.25 and 180 Then you will, at the end you will be having 5390 rupees 0.21. So this is basically the type of single entry record that normally shopkeepers, small merchants use in their books of accounts. Likewise, I have shown here Exhibit 1, the minimal form of single entry bookkeeping for a few days transaction for small business. Income funds are positive numbers and outgoing funds are negative numbers in parentheses. That I already mentioned that the negative figures and positive figures are to be plus and minus from the opening balance. Now moving towards the another type of 5 column single entry record in which there are basically 5 columns: date, transaction, revenue, expenses and balance. I have quoted the same example, but there is a little bit variance. That is, we used to keep the plus figures over here and minus figures over here. These are our expenses and these are our revenues. So this is another type of 5 column single entry record. If you keep continue from this figure 4520 rupees, you will be minusing 3 figures, then you will be having this balance, and again you will be adding this figure to into this, you will be having the balance of this figure, and at the end you will be having this figure. So here I have mentioned single entry bookkeeping with a running balance and separate columns for incoming revenues and outgoing expenses. Incoming funds are positive numbers and outgoing funds are negative numbers. Means whatever coming in business is debit, whatever going from business is credit. But here, therefore, there is no concept of debit and credit. But here I only give the picture of going means is expense, coming means is revenue. So guys, my dear viewers, students, come toward the naked, second slide. Who uses single entry system? As you know that single entry system, accounting system has been using by different people. I have mentioned slide number 1 over here, used by small business having a few employees or no employees. That means a business that has no employees or a few employees who used to use single entry accounting system. In second slide is those who uses cash basis accounting and no accrual accounting. Means in single entry accounting system we just use the cash based accounting system and not on the credit transactions or accrual transactions. So the third one is firms have a few routine business transactions. Means any type of business that have a few transactions on daily basis. That's why single entry accounting system is used. So after this transaction, I will show you that there is another slide regarding advantages and disadvantages. I was explaining advantages with a single entry accounting system. The first factor is simplicity. It means having work worked with single entry accounting system. It is easy to execute and no methods to follow. That means we don't have such type of formula of double entry accounting system, just as like as normal shopkeeper who is doing or calculating the statistics or the computations. So this is the simplicity in single entry accounting system. So it is easy. That's why it is called it is counted as his first advantage. Second one is cost saving. Guys, in double entry accounting system we used to buy the box softwares and all these requirements are need to be provided while dealing with the double entry accounting system, and we need to buy the accounting professionals like chartered accountants and auditors from the firms to handle with these. But here in single entry accounting system there is no need of buying softwares and keeping the accounting professionals. Just a simple ordinary person can handle these calculations. So this is also called as cost saving. Huge expenditures are being saved. Also, the third one is convenience. A business is unlikely to become overdrawn on its bank account. That means in double entry accounting system, we used to purchase things. Say for example, in our bank account there is 500 rupees, but finally we overdrawn amount is 1000. Means minus 500 has been overdrawn. So, but in single entry accounting system, we keep watch on our cash balances because each time we deduct the expenses and revenue, as I already told you, from the balances of cash in hand. So there are fewer chances of overdrawn, as well as at a glance, a small business owner can see their balance at any time. That means the balances are cash in hand every time we have a look upon it, and there are very low chances of being overdrawn. So these are its advantages. Yes, friends. Now I would like to talk on disadvantages of single entry accounting system. Insufficient data. It means one can go for financial statements. As I told you that we are unable to prepare the income statement, the balance sheet, cash flow statement, statement of retained earnings from with keeping the record of single entry accounting system. And theft, that means this is also another kind of disadvantage, that keeping the record of single entry accounting system, there are many chances of theft, there are many chances of criminal activities. That means criminal activities is less likely to be detected. This is because assets are not tracked. So mostly we do not have any double impact of each transaction. So we cannot tally our record. We cannot tally our assets. So this is the big disadvantage in single entry accounting system, as well as errors. There are many chances of mistakes using single entry accounting method. Also, this means some mistakes in recording a transaction may take a long time to find or never discovered. An audit would have to be done manually, line by line. It means there is no methodology there due to no use of software, due to no use of a double entry accounting system. One is not easy with single entry accounting system, and one is failed to detect the errors. So it takes longer time. So, guys, this was basically these were basically the disadvantages. And as per my contents, I told you that at the end of this presentation, I would be giving you the lecture on solve problem regarding single entry accounting system. So, here is the problem regarding single entry. Let's move towards it. I have prepared this accounting problem very comprehensively and tried my level best to let you conceive, let you understood properly. So now, moving towards the problem number one, Altaf Brothers maintains his accounting records on single entry basis. He supplied the following information. Okay, we have following information: cash, account receivable, supplies, merchandise, accrued expenses, notes payable, equipment, marketable securities. And other information is, we can say that some adjustments are there also. Withdrawn rupees 500 per month cash for his personal use and rupees 4000 for business expense. Additional investment, depreciation on equipment, outstanding rent, unused supplies. What actually the this problem is expecting from us to solve is determine the amount of unadjusted profit or loss for the year ending December 31st, 1989. As you know that we have been given the figures, the balances, the statistics uh, of January 1, 1989, and then the our balances at December 31st, 1989. Now the question is that we have to determine the unadjusted profit first of all with using these two equations, accounting equation and then capital at start plus additional investment minus drawing and then plus minus whatever there would be. Either there would be the profit or loss, so that's why we have used two signs and then capital at the end. And then there is second requirement B, that is prepare a statement of profit or loss for the year ending December 31st, 1989. So dear students, I usually mention in my lecture that first of all try to understand the problem, that what actually it is asked for from you in presentation or in a problem. And then if you are succeeded to understand the problem, it would be very easy for you to solve it out. If you are failed to understand the problem, then you can never ever solve the problem. So let's have a look upon the solution I have prepared for you very comprehensively. I hope so that you will enjoy it and you will try to understand it. And I am trying my level best to give you the very detailed information regarding it. Here we have a question that what they would like. First of all, they said that focus on accounting equation in order to uh, find out the capital. Here you will see in all the data there is no capital. As you know that these are the cash, account receivable, supplies, merchandise inventory. These are the part of assets, and these are accrued expense in notes payable. These are the part of liabilities, and then equipment, marketable security, these are also assets. So first of all we will try to see, to assess, to examine what actually the capital was at the inception of the business at January 1st 1989. So here I have solved it. Let's see, assets is equal liability plus owner equity. We have normally the equation, if we are finding the owner's equity, then that means assets minus liability is equal to owner's equity. That is the equation for it. So I am giving you the solution for it. I have put over here cash, account receivable, supplies, merchandise, equipment, marketable securities. Let's look over. Let's have a glance on the asset size. 4,000, 1,500, all assets I have taken up to marketable securities. See, when you will calculate these all, you will be having the total of 65,000 as an asset. And there are two things regarding liabilities. These are accrued expense and notes payable. So we have two things over here, 12,000 and 3,000. These are all liabilities. So friends, notes payable and accrued expense means expense due that is not yet paid. That's why we call it liability. So 12,000 plus 3,000 will be equal to 15,000. I have put a formula over here for your convenience. And X we have to determine, means capital we have to determine. Whenever we will put X over here, say for example, here is the equation A for asset is equal a liability is equal to owner's equity. Whenever we will find owner's equity, it will be equal to asset. It will be equal to asset minus liability. because liability is plus over here. Okay guys, owner's equity is equal to asset minus liability. So today we will solve out the capital at the start of business. Now here is 65,000 asset that I have put over here. You will see, and then we have deducted 15,000 rupees liability from it, and at the end we have had 50,000 rupees. And this is the capital at the start of the business. Now there is another requirement, capital at the start and capital at the end. Let me write over here, capital at end. Okay. Now we have other figures for assets and liabilities, which are placed over here, 11,000, 22,000, 1,500. Okay, and there are two items from 4,500, 4,500, 27,500 from the liability side. Let's look. Well, guys, I was telling you about the liabilities, Altaf brother capital at the end. We have two entries of liabilities, that were notes payable and accrued expenses, 27,500 and 4,500. So these two are placed over here, notes payable and accrued expenses, 4,500, 27,500, and rest of the figures which are related with assets. In both sections there is no capital. So first of all we determined capital. Now we are going for profit and loss account statement. So see over here, before going for profit and loss account statement, let me tell you, with the same way we have calculated, see over here, we have 1,07,000 rupees total assets, and then we have liabilities of 32,000 rupees, and what we have to determine, capital at the end of the business, that I have placed X is we have to determine. So with the same way as I mentioned earlier in this equation, that with owner equity will be equal to asset minus liability. So likewise I have mentioned over here, we have asset 1,07,000 rupees, and the liabilities are having figure 32,000 rupees. When this will be deducted from this, we will be having this amount. Capital at the end of business would be 75,000 rupees. This was capital at start, and this was capital at end. Okay guys, now we in problem they are asking for profit and loss account that is unadjusted. In first A, this is the requirement. A, determine the amount of unadjusted profit or loss. Let's look over there. I have calculated the unadjusted profit over here. See, capital at start, that was 50,000 rupees. See, I have taken from here, and then additional investment 12,000 rupees. Means when we started business there was capital of 50,000 rupees, and in middle of the time period some other investment was made, that was 12,000 rupees, that is mentioned here. See, in point number 2 you will see additional investment made rupees 12,000 rupees. So that I have mentioned over here, means this investment and this investment both will be added. And another entry is that uh, withdrawn rupees 500, see, per month. Means business started in January and end at December, there would be 12 months. 500 multiplied by 12, that will be 6,000 rupees, means 6,000 rupees. 6,000 rupees the businessman has used, has taken for personal use, that is 6,000 rupees. Now I this will be less, this will be less from the capital. I have placed both sign, additional investment will be added and drawing will be credited. So the gentlemen, 50,000 plus 12,000 would be total 62,000, out of which 6,000 will be minus, and then there will be net profit of 56,000, and capital at the end was 75,000. Okay, when we will deduct this amount from this 75,000 minus 56,000, we will be having 19,000 rupees unadjusted net profit. And again, this is the unadjusted profit. But what is adjusted profit? Let's come over there in problem. Again, there is a requirement: prepare a statement of profit and loss for the year ending December 31st, 1989. That would be our adjusted profit. Now I have tried to solve it as well. See, capital at the end was 75,000 rupees, drawing were 6,000 rupees. These both will be added 81,000 rupees. Okay, and then capital at start was 50,000 rupees, and additional investment was 12,000 rupees. When we will be adding these both figures will be added, this into this, we will be having 62,000 rupees balance. Okay, this is our capital at start plus investment. Unadjusted profit was 19,000. Now this from 81,000 we have deducted 62,000 rupees, and at the end we had 19,000. This is equal to this one. Okay, now as you see that there are in statement number 1, there was drawing plus 4,000 was used for personal use. This was our business expense. Okay, and another expenses were depreciation expense from equipment, outstanding rent expense 1,500, and unused supplies were, you will see over here, there were 1,500. When we will deduct 700 from 1,500, we will be having 800. So come over here, 800 I have put over here, and rent expense I have put 1,500, that is mentioned over here, and depreciation expense 2,000 rupees I have put over here, and then I have put the 4,000 rupees as a business expense over here. When we will calculate all these expenses, this would be equal to 8,300 rupees. 8,300 rupees. Now come towards the problem. Unadjusted profit was 19,000 rupees, and 8,300 rupees was were our expenses. When we will deduct from our unadjusted net profit these expenses, we will be having adjusted net profit at the end. So this is, guys, all the requirement. First of all, प्यारा वारो students, let me tell you, before you go for the solution, we need to go. असांखे छा करणो हुयो? सभ खां पहिरियां त हिते ॾिसणो हुयो त रिक्वायरमेंट में असांखे छा घुरिजे. असांखे असेट्स ॾिनल हुया, असांखे लाइबिलिटीज़ ॾिनल हुई, पर असांखे जेको आहे सो कैपिटल न ॾिनल हो, ओपनिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट न ॾिनल हुई. तव्हांखे ख़बर हूंदव जॾहिं बि अकाउंट इक्वेशन में मिसिंग शइ हूंदी आहे त उहा कैलकुलेट करणी हूंदी आहे. ठीकु आहे, त असां पहिरियां छा कयोसीं, ॿिन्ही शयुनि जो ॿिन्ही सालनि माना जनवरी में जेके असांजा बैलेंसिस हुआ ऐं डिसंबर में जेके असांजा बैलेंसिस हुआ, उन मां असां ॿिन्ही जो कैपिटल मालूम कयोसीं. हीअ असांजा असेट्स हुया, हीअ असांजी लाइबिलिटी हुई. 65,000 मां 15,000 कटियासीं. बाक़ी असां वटि 50,000 जेको आहे कैपिटल स्टार्ट में थियो बिज़नेस में, मतिलबु 1 जनवरी 1999 में अल्ताफ ब्रदर्स जो. उन खां पोइ असां वटि जेको आहे सो सेम वे में वरी असां ॿिया फिगर्स हुन जॾहिं हे खयासीं, असेट्स खयासीं, लाइबिलिटीज़ खयासीं, असां हिते कैपिटल मालूम करणो त असांखे 75,000 थियो. असेट्स 1,07,000 जा थिया, ऐं 32,000 असां वटि जेको आहे सो लाइबिलिटी हुई. इन 1,07,000 मां 32,000 असां कट कयासीं त 75,000 असां वटि बचा. ही कैपिटल एट द एंड थियो. पोइ असांजी रिक्वायरमेंट ई बिज़नेस जी त असांखे अनएडजस्टेड ऐं एडजस्टेड प्रॉफिट जो. अनएडजस्टेड प्रॉफिट ईअं कयोसीं, कैपिटल स्टार्ट 50,000 कयोसीं, एडिशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट जेका ई तव्हांजी हिते न लही असांखे, ठीकु आहे, एक्सपेंसिस न लाइ हिते एडिशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट में ऐड कंदासीं, ड्राइंग इन मां माइनस कंदासीं, असां नेट प्रॉफिट अची वेंदो. कैपिटल एट एंड 75,000 हूंदो, 75,000 में 56,000 मां असां माइनस कंदासीं त असां वटि 19,000 अची वेंदो. उन खां पोइ असांखे एडजस्टेड प्रॉफिट ठाहिणो आहे हिन मां. ठीकु आहे, हाणे हीअ थियो असांजो अनएडजस्टेड नेट प्रॉफिट. ठीकु आहे, ऐं एडजस्टेड छा थींदो त असां एडजस्टमेंट खे कंसिडर कंदासीं. उहो कीअं कंदासीं? ॾिसो, हिते मूं वरी रखियो आहे कैपिटल एट द एंड. ठीकु आहे, कैपिटल ही जेको आहे हिन में जेको असां मालूम कयोसीं एट द एंड, उहो 75,000 थियो. अचो तव्हांखे ॾेखारियां मां, ही 75,000 असांजा थिया ही. ठीकु आहे, उन खां पोइ वरी असांखे छा करिणो हुयो ॿिए में, त ही असांजा 6,000 रुपया ड्राइंग्स हुया. ठीकु आहे, त ही असां ॿई पाण में प्लस कयासीं, 81,000 थिया. ठीकु आहे, ऐं उन खां पोइ असांजो छा थियो, कैपिटल एट स्टार्ट थियो 50,000 ऐं एडिशनल इन्वेस्ट थी असांजी 62,000. 62,000 असीं हिते लिखंदासीं. ठीकु आहे, इहे असांजा छा थिया, माना स्टार्टिंग और इन्वेस्टमेंट ही जन असां 81,000 मां हीअ इन्वेस्टमेंट कटींदासीं असां 90,000 19,000 हिते ईंदी असां बैलेंस इहो अनएडजस्टेड आहे नेट प्रॉफिट ठीकु आहे वारो उन खां पोइ असां छा कयोसीं एक्सपेंसिस कयासीं जेके असां एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सपेंसिस 4 हुया हिकिड़ो एक्सपेंस 4,000 जो हुयो हिकिड़ो एक्सपेंस जेको आहे 800 जो ही सप्लाई 1500 मां 700 कटींदासीं 1500 मथे लिखियूं पियूं आहिनि उन मां 700 था असां 800 बचा ॿिया 1500 ऐं ॿिया 2,000 इहे असां एक्सपेंसिस हुन मां इहे सभु पाण में फुटिंग करे हिन जी हिते रखंदासीं त वी विल बी हैविंग एडजस्टेड नेट प्रॉफिट दिस from this amount we will be deducting this amount we at the end we will be having 10,700. I hope so you all have understood my lecture. Inshallah I'll see you again with new slides, new lecture. I hope so you all have enjoyed. Thank you very much guys. Allah Hafiz.